You're silently damaging your blood and brain just by starting your day with sausage. Why does your blood pressure stay high even though you've stopped adding salt, taken your medications, and tried to eat healthier? Many seniors still think one sausage at breakfast is harmless. But science now says it's one of the worst things you can do after 60. Each sausage, often 500-700 milligrams of sodium. That's like injecting salt straight into your bloodstream. But it's not just sodium. The nitrites, saturated fats, and preservatives in sausage quietly thicken your blood, inflame your vessels, and clog your memory over time. Why do your legs feel heavy by noon? Why does your heart race after a meal? After 60, every bite of sausage either protects your heart or pushes it closer to failure. So let's start with the most dangerous habit in your morning routine. Mistake 1. Sausage raises your blood pressure silently. Why is your blood pressure still high even after you stopped using table salt and started walking daily? The answer may be hiding in your breakfast pan. Just one sausage link can contain up to 700 milligrams of sodium. For older adults, especially those over 60, that's half the entire recommended daily amount before the day even begins. As we age, our arteries lose elasticity. When you flood them with excess sodium each morning, the blood volume increases, putting dangerous pressure on vessel walls. Over time, this can cause micro-tetars, stiffness, and eventually chronic hypertension, a major risk factor for stroke, kidney damage, and heart failure. You might not notice it right away, but think back. Have you ever felt your face flush unexpectedly, had a mild headache after breakfast, or seen your ankles swell even on cooler days? These are quiet signs, and they're easy to dismiss until it's too late. The problem isn't just the salt, it's that this tiny habit, repeated daily, quietly rewires your blood pressure system, working against your meds, your diet, your efforts. You don't have to give up all comfort foods. Try switching to oatmeal with fresh fruit. It supports your arteries, not stresses them. If you've experienced symptoms like swelling or face flushing after a meal, comment 1. You're not alone, and this might just be your wake-up call. Mistake 2. The fat in sausage makes your blood thicker than it should be. You can't see it, but sausage grease isn't just in your pan. It's swirling in your bloodstream. Every time you eat sausage, you're loading up on saturated fats. And in people over 60, this kind of fat doesn't just float harmlessly. It sticks. It hardens. It thickens your blood and slows down circulation. You see, your blood is supposed to flow like water. But with too much saturated fat, it starts moving like syrup. Sluggish, sticky, and that gives clots the perfect condition to form. Ever had a weird heaviness in your arms? Or found yourself rubbing your calves, thinking they just feel off? That could be your blood fighting to push through narrowed, inflamed vessels. And here's the terrifying truth. A clot doesn't warn you. It just strikes in your heart, in your lungs, or your brain. But you're not stuck with this. Try replacing one greasy meal with avocado toast or poached eggs. It's not about perfection, it's about protection. If you've ever felt heavy or foggy after eating sausage, comment 2 below. Let others know they're not alone. Mistake 3. Sausage preservatives quietly sabotage your brain. You walked into the kitchen but forgot why. Was it your age or what you had for breakfast? Sausages are filled with preservatives like nitrites and nitrates, chemicals that help keep them fresh, but may quietly damage your brain. Here's how it works. These compounds create oxidative stress and inflammation. In seniors, this stress can weaken the blood-brain barrier, the natural shield protecting your brain. Once that barrier breaks down, toxins and inflammation seep in, triggering cognitive decline. And the worst part? You won't notice it right away. First, you forget where you put your glasses. Then you repeat a story you just told. Eventually, it's not just memory, it's identity that starts slipping. Have you ever stared at your TV remote and felt lost for a moment? That confusion could be your brain crying out. Day by day, these preservatives don't just age your body, they age your mind. But there's hope. Replace sausage with brain-boosting options like salmon, walnuts, or even blueberries. Your breakfast can either fog your brain or feed it. If forgetfulness has become part of your day, comment 3 below. Let's talk about it together. Mistake 4. Inflammation from sausage alters your blood even if you feel fine. Your last blood test looked fine. You feel okay. So, what's the problem? The truth is, some of the most dangerous changes in your body happen silently, and one of them is chronic inflammation, often triggered by what's on your plate. Sausages, especially when eaten daily, are packed with chemicals like nitrites and excess saturated fat. These substances irritate your immune system, sparking low-grade inflammation, the kind that doesn't make you feel sick, until it damages your blood from the inside out. What does that look like? Your C-reactive protein levels start rising. Homocysteine increases. Your blood becomes more reactive, stickier, and more likely to cause blockages. But you won't feel a thing at first. That's why it's so dangerous. Maybe you've been feeling more tired than usual. Maybe your doctor says, just keep an eye on that cholesterol. Maybe you brush it off because you don't feel sick. But these quiet markers? They're your early warning system. Inflammation doesn't knock on the door, it's already inside. And all it takes is one small swap, a morning of fruit and whole grains instead of processed meat, and your body starts calming down. If your labs ever surprised you, or if you've ignored mild concerns, comment 4 below. Your future self might thank you. Mistake 5. Daily sausage shrinks circulation to your legs and feet. Why do your legs feel cold at night, even under a thick blanket? After 60, your circulation slows naturally, but if you eat sausage every day, you're making it worse often, without realizing it. Here's how. The saturated fat and sodium in sausage cause your arteries to stiffen and narrow, especially those furthest from your heart like the ones in your calves, feet, and toes. These small vessels are already delicate. With time, they become choked off, reducing the oxygen and nutrients your legs need. What does this feel like? Cold feet even in summer. Numbness while watching TV. That strange pin and needle feeling when you wake up. Left unchecked, this can lead to peripheral artery disease, ulcers, or even amputations. And what's heartbreaking is so many of these cases start with something as small as breakfast. You don't need a complete diet overhaul. Just reducing processed meats and adding potassium-rich foods like bananas, leafy greens, or even sweet potatoes can help your legs breathe again. If your legs feel cold, heavy, or tingly, comment 5 below. That discomfort might be telling you something. Mistake 6. Sausage weakens your blood's oxygen-carrying power. You eat sausage for protein and energy, but what if it's the reason you feel breathless climbing stairs? Most people think sausage gives strength. It's meat after all. But for seniors, especially those with anemia or borderline low iron, processed meat can backfire. Why? Because the nitrites in sausage don't just preserve the meat, they can interfere with hemoglobin, the protein that carries oxygen in your blood. Over time, this impairs your body's ability to deliver oxygen to your muscles and brain. The result? You start feeling lightheaded in the morning. You get winded while tying your shoes. You avoid walking up slopes, blaming old age. But it's not just age. It might be low oxygen transport, a direct effect of what's on your breakfast plate. And here's the kicker. Sausage also lacks the iron absorption helpers found in fresh meat, like vitamin C or heme-rich forms. So you're getting fat and salt without real oxygen support. The fatigue creeps in slowly but stays for years. The solution? Try a veggie omelet with spinach and bell peppers, iron plus C in one shot. If you felt unusually short of breath after breakfast or during light activity, comment 6 below. Let's bring awareness to this hidden effect. Mistake 7. Sausage increases blood sugar instability in seniors. Remember when your energy stayed steady all morning? When breakfast carried you to lunch? What happened? If you're eating sausage every morning, you might be unintentionally spiking and crashing your blood sugar, even if you don't eat sweets. Here's the surprise. Sausage, though low in carbs, contains preservatives and fats that cause insulin resistance over time. That means your cells stop responding well to insulin, forcing your pancreas to work overtime, and your sugar to swing up and down. This leads to sudden fatigue, brain fog mid-morning, or even those shaky moments between meals. Have you ever needed a nap by 10 a.m.? Or snapped at someone because you were suddenly hungry and irritable? That's blood sugar instability, the kind that slowly creeps in, especially after 60, and worsens with every greasy breakfast. Your body doesn't just want food, it wants food that supports balance. So tomorrow, try skipping the sausage and adding a slice of whole grain toast with avocado or nut butter. It may seem simple, but your blood sugar and mood will thank you. If you've felt jittery or tired after breakfast recently, comment 7 below. You're not imagining it. Mistake 8. Daily sausage speeds up artery aging, making you older from the inside. You look good for your age, but what if your arteries are aging 10 years faster and you don't even know it? Seniors who eat sausage daily are often shocked when a scan shows plaque buildup or hardening in their arteries. They feel fine, but inside, their blood vessels are stiff, narrow, and fragile. This happens because sausage is rich in advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds, formed during high-heat cooking and curing. AGEs accelerate inflammation and bind to collagen, damaging the elasticity of artery walls. Your arteries lose the ability to expand and contract. Blood pressure rises, risk of rupture or clot increases, and worst of all, you won't feel a thing until a stroke or heart attack happens. You think you're maintaining yourself, but your breakfast might be aging you where it matters most. Want to slow this clock down? Steamed vegetables, olive oil, and lean protein reduce AGEs and help preserve vessel youth. If you've ever thought, I feel young but my body says otherwise, comment 8 below. Aging doesn't have to be invisible. Mistake 9. Sausage raises risk of sudden stroke in people over 60. Every 40 seconds, someone in the US has a stroke. And if you're eating sausage daily, your odds are quietly rising. Stroke isn't just about high blood pressure. It's about the buildup of small daily risks. And sausage delivers several at once. Excess sodium, hypertension. Saturated fat, clogged arteries. Nitrates, inflammation, and blood vessel damage. One serving might not hurt, but every single day? You're slowly pushing your blood vessels toward a breaking point. The tragedy is, most stroke victims never saw it coming. They just woke up one day and couldn't move their arm, or recognize their spouse. If you've ever had a moment of slurred speech, blurry vision, or weakness on one side, even briefly, those are mini strokes, and sausage may be part of the root cause. You don't need to panic. But you do need to pause and rethink breakfast. Try eggs with sautéed greens, or even a simple bowl of oatmeal. Small swaps now might save your life later. If you or someone you love has had a mini stroke or close call, comment 9 below. These stories could help save others. Mistake 10. Sausage disrupts your sleep by overstimulating your nervous system. You finally fall asleep, only to wake up at 2:00 a.m. with your heart pounding. Why? You might blame stress or aging, but your breakfast sausage could be playing a hidden role. Sausage is rich in tyramine, a compound that stimulates the release of norepinephrine, a brain chemical that increases alertness and delays sleep cycles. Combine that with the sodium and fats that spike blood pressure, and your body stays in fight or flight mode far longer than it should. This leads to fragmented sleep, nighttime awakenings, and difficulty going back to sleep. And when sleep suffers, everything else does: memory, immunity, even balance and fall risk. Ever toss and turn at night without knowing why? Wake up groggy no matter how early you go to bed? Your nervous system might be overstimulated by your food, not your thoughts. Try cutting sausage and replacing it with magnesium-rich foods like oats, almonds, or bananas. If your nights feel restless and your mornings feel worse, comment 10 below. You deserve better sleep. Mistake 11. Sausage may undermine your medications without you knowing. You take your pills, follow your doctor's advice, but nothing's improving. Why? Sausage could be quietly interfering with your medications, and most seniors never hear about it. High-fat meals like sausage slow down digestion, which delays or alters the absorption of certain drugs, especially blood pressure pills, statins, and diabetes medications. Worse, preservatives in sausage like nitrates and sulfites may increase liver enzyme activity, speeding up the breakdown of your medication, making it less effective before it can help. The result? You stay on treatment but see no progress, or worse, side effects with no benefits. Have you ever felt like your medication stopped working? That your pressure or sugar stayed high no matter what? It might not be your medicine, it might be your meal. To stay in sync with your prescriptions, eat lighter, cleaner proteins, and always ask your doctor if certain foods are interfering. If your treatment results ever confused or disappointed you, comment 11 below. Let's open this conversation. Mistake 12. Sausage can worsen joint pain and stiffness through silent inflammation. Why do your knees feel stiff every morning, even when the weather's fine? Processed meats like sausage are linked to increased levels of inflammatory cytokines, which not only affect your heart and brain, they also make joint pain worse. Seniors who eat sausage daily may notice more morning stiffness, slower movement, or aching joints that don't respond well to medication. That's because sausage triggers low-grade systemic inflammation, which aggravates arthritis and wears down joint cartilage over time. Do you feel more sore the day after a heavy breakfast? Do your fingers struggle to grip your cup of tea? That stiffness isn't just getting old. It's your body reacting to what you feed it. The good news? Anti-inflammatory breakfasts are easy. Chia pudding, berries, flax seeds, or even avocado toast can help soothe your joints naturally. If you're tired of aching in silence, comment 12 below. Others will feel seen and maybe start healing. You know, sometimes it's not age that weakens us. It's the little habits, like a comforting breakfast sausage, that quietly steal our strength, our clarity, and even our sleep. You don't have to give up everything. You just need to know which foods heal and which ones slowly harm. Try cutting back. Swap that sausage for something lighter, something kinder to your heart and brain. Remember how it felt to move with ease, to think clearly, to wake up energized? You still deserve that feeling every single day. I know many of you are watching this video in silence, but what if your action today could save one more life, maybe yours, or someone you love? Comment below with the number that surprised you most. Share this video with your family, especially anyone over 60 who still thinks sausage is just breakfast. And hit subscribe to join the HEALZO channel, where every small tip brings big hope.